Stormy. It's my off season. Usually I would be, if I was up this time in the morning in my work season, I'd be dying. But as it is, we get to stay up late. As our brainstorming, we have come up with these numbers. We get a little bit of light over here. There you go. It took a while, a little bit of research. We have come up with these base numbers for our game. Alright, just give you a little look. Don't need to explain it, you can see what's going on here. There you go. We're going to put it at 90. And here you go. Just some numbers, base numbers for our game. These are what we're working on. We'll be back. Early morning, brainstorming. War game designer. We'll be back. Alright, so at 2:48 a.m. we've come up with some really good benchmarks for our game. We've already seen this. Give you all just a look at the notes. I don't really want to explain too much. This here is to 3 minutes to pass a certain point. So if you were standing still, it'd take them 3 minutes to pass. But these are some really important benchmarks for my game. This stuff here you've already seen. What's really new is right here. This is going to be very important. And like I said, this is only preliminary, but right now we're coming up with 3 road conditions. Good roads, mud 1, and mud 2. Mud 2 is going to be deep ruts, a lot of mud. Alright, we're going to have 3 types of traffic conditions. No traffic, light traffic, and heavy traffic. You can see the combinations of all these numbers here in movement, infantry, and miles. Most of the game conditions, I assume, are going to be with the mud, depending on the die rolls. I don't think you're going to see many of these good roads. Now, it's all going to be based on local conditions. I think down here is mostly what you're going to be dealing with. The game is maybe 10, 9, mostly looking at a lot of 7, 5s, and 3s. There you go. More game development. Getting our info as correct as we can. Getting all this on the computer. Just punching in how far can an infantry regiment in a Civil War, American Civil War, go in a day. So that's how we're getting our numbers. A little bit of research. Be back. Alright, real quick, also want to get note of the numbers we're coming up with on fatigue factors when they're going quick time, double quick time. I don't think this is quite a run, but it's almost a run. And by the time they're out of breath, they're only going to be at a half of effectiveness. I don't think that's extreme. I think that's real. I've been there. I know how it is. Okay. A lot of these factors here under rate of march will also have to do with fatigue on if they're going in the mud. Alright, you got to get all this relative, in the game. This is what I want to have it in my game. So I don't think traffic's going to have much effect on fatigue. But fatigue is definitely going to be affected by march time and mud factors, 1 or 2. And you start, adding them up. Die roll modifiers, a double quick time, mud 2. You're going to have combat effectiveness. We'll be back. Okay, then one last note before we call this a video. These are infantry specific movements. We still have wagon movement, cavalry movement, and also, what else was I thinking of to figure out? And, this is infantry road movement. We still have off-road movement to figure out, so we still have cavalry movement. So note to myself, Train, train movement. still needs to be calculated. Roads and off movements, so I'll need cavalry movement on the road, off the road. Train won't be able. And the thing with it is, in this game, I think it's going to be a lot like Mark Herman's game. You get off the road, you're going to be pretty well scrooged. You know, there's not going to be much going on off the road, except for maybe battles and all that other stuff. And then I think when you get off the road, in Mark Herman's game, I think in his latest Civil War game, as soon as you get off the road, you're in column. You're in, not in column. Oh shoot, what the heck is that? Line. I don't know if I'll do that in my game. I think you can still, realistically, you can still stay in column when you get off the road. So, all right, we'll call this a quick little development video. We'll be back. All right. Well, since we're brainstorming, I'll give you a little bonus edition. This has to do with daily fantasy basketball. Here you go. Take note. We have a player. The star up here. This is the formula for what's called a tiers game. So each one of these players will be in a certain tier. You can see with the black line a certain tier. So it's top tier. Here's the team you're playing on. That star denotes the player out of these three that are going to lead in minutes. All right, we'll get back to this sign here, but this here is a 3-game trend. Has their score gone up 3 games? Like within the 3 games, did they score like 15 points, 25 points, 30 points? Is there a 3-game trend that's going up? If it does, they get a +1 Dyro modifier. There's also a 3-game trend going down. If the guy's trending downwards, there's a player versus a bad defense. And the defenses are all rated. You can get this information. I give him a +3 Dyro modifier. If he's going against a good defense, he gets a -2. Weights on these Dyro modifiers are really important. Is he playing injured? -1 Dyro modifier. You can see here, old Donick, this is for last night's game. Alright, there's a Yahoo list. If a player's hot or not, if he's on a hot streak. If he's on that list, he gets a +2. Ooh, if his team's on a 3-game win streak or more, we call that the big momentum modifier. You get the big Mo. He gets a +1. All right, now these are, you get this information, DraftKings dollars. Has the price of the player gone up, and is his projected points supposed to go up? They have to meet both of those criteria to hit the old +2. And here you go. My projections. I'm looking at him. I projected he'd get 70 to 75 points. His actual points last night were 75. I got that sucker right. There's a place called Swish. Their projection was 66. There's a simulator that has a projection that was 51. His total Dyro modifier was +3, but you can see, and these are the teams. I had him on team 1, 2, and 3. The highest scoring boy on this player on this group was old LeBron. We had him up there. Everybody else had him low. We had him high. He scored 85 points. Did better than all projections, but the key golden projections when you come down here, and it's always if a player's playing a bad D and he's hot, that gives him a +5. We give him when he gets a +5 Dyro modifier, we give him an extra 5-point bonus. How did he do? He aced it out of all these players. So it's a good formula, really good formula. That's it. Late night brainstorming. Just give you a little look at what's going on here in the world of gaming, both wargaming, and it's all about Dyro modifiers, even in life. We'll be back. Another quick point I want to make, though, is I have 3 sets of projections. My projections, we have a site there called Swish, and they have projections. And we have a basketball simulator. It simulates. There's the 3 numbers. All right, I got it right or close. 17% or 17 times. Swish has it 6. and a simulator had it 6.2, so I blow them away. It's the human factor. You could these guys can't see what's going on. I can see what's going on. The human factor always wins out. So consistently, my projections are better. But in my projection, I do give it a 5-point spread, so that helps me out a lot. Where these guys, they pretty well got to get it right on. So the 5-point spread comes up within 5 points. I'm usually good. 17 times on last night's game, I was within the 5 points. Usually I found out that Sims is, I'm number 1 on accuracy. Sim is number 2, and Swish usually is number 3, but we got a little bit of a correlation of 3 different projections that we base it on. Calling it a bit, be back.